Good morning, everyone. This is Celso Batalha, Astro 10, our online section, and I have the sky February 15, which is today, 6:30 a.m. So if you are an early starter, you can go out, and then if you look towards your eastern sky, as long as you are kind of facing south, so you look towards your eastern sky, you might be able to find, it's very difficult, but you might want to try to locate Mercury. And then next to it, to the right, Venus. Venus you can't miss. You look east and then you see it right there. So Venus. And then if you go further, Saturn. And then further, Mars. And then all the way to west. It's more complicated here since our western sky is kind of a foggy and light pollution. That is where Jupiter locates. So I would like to bring the ecliptic line, and you guys might have read what ecliptic line is. Ecliptic line is the position, is created by the position of the sun throughout the year. So the sun, in fact, is in the center of our solar system, and Earth goes around the sun. That's the second basic motion that we are learning this week. In fact, last week too. So the first one is Earth rotation that gives rise to the so-called daily or diurnal motion. Let me show you daily or diurnal motion in action. So you're going to see this time kind of ticking fast. And I can speed things even further. This is daily or diurnal motion. So sky objects rise in the eastern sky and they set in the western sky. Like the sun is going to set somewhere around 6 o'clock, and then night comes, and then that's Orion, the moon in its first quarter phase. That's the next day tomorrow. In fact, I will stop at about here. Okay, so let me go back to February 16, which is Tuesday. Real time, right? And let's put 6:30. Okay, so this is tomorrow, Tuesday, February 16. Mercury, Venus, and then Saturn, Mars. Mars, you can't miss. It's kind of an orange in coloration. That's why in ancient times they associate that with blood. And then Mars became the god of war because of blood. And now we know what's the result of that is in fact oxidation of several iron lead minerals on Mars surface, and then as the sunlight reflects off Mars surface, then you see it as this orange coppery coloration. And then as you look towards west, that is where Jupiter should be found. So I thought it would be interesting to show you that planet alignment is not something so common in the sky, especially when you have 5 of the visible planets available in the sky. Okay. In fact, you can see Scorpio going in the western, in kind of a crossing south. See Scorpion right here, the 3 bright stars, and the Scorpion body going down, and with the stinger right here. Probably if I get rid of daylight, you might be able to see it better. That's the Scorpion right here. The body of the Scorpion, Go down, and then the stinger right there. Okay. I would like to take also the chance to. Last week I couldn't have the chat room, so hopefully this week everything is gonna go back to normal. We have some assessments closing tonight, Monday night, so make sure you complete them. I mean, homework, which is given here, homeworks. Um, I will reopen them towards the end of semester. So 1 month before our final exam, all homework will be reopened, but not extra credit. And ASTRO discussions, I will not open. So there is an ASTRO discussion going on. In fact, one that's going to be closing tonight, I think it's right here. February 15th, ASTRO discussion, is astrology a religion, science, pseudoscience, or what? I apologize. I post comment to some of your posts, but not for all the students. I had some kind of a rough, bumped week last week, and so I couldn't do much. So I'm not gonna go back and post it. I'm just gonna grade it, read it, and grade it without putting a lot of discussion. And I will start adding posts to the discussion that is going to be closed next week. What is your astrological sign? And the way you work on this ASTRO discussion, let me show you this. So there are two ways of doing. Either you go to our book, class notes, open page 17. In fact, I can show you where this is. You can go to the class notes, and this is the figure you have to work on. If you don't have the book to look at, you can use exactly this figure here. So let me expand this up. So here's Earth, Sun, and Earth goes around the Sun as we look down on our solar system from north perspective. So the Sun is in the center of our solar system, and planets go around the Sun as we look down on the solar system on a counterclockwise direction. And so just imagine for a brief period of time that you could look towards the Sun. In fact, don't do that. Never look straight at the Sun. It's gonna burn your retina and build up blindness. You don't want that. So, but if you look in the region where the Sun is located at daytime, of course, if you're looking towards the Sun, it's because it's daytime. It means you don't see stars in the sky. You can't probe them. So, but if you could, for a minute, block the Sun and just keep on looking towards its direction, you would see stars in the background, like we do in our Starry Night software, right? So if I bring daylight again, right, and if I go, let's say 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., the Sun is there. So you look towards the Sun, you don't see anything. But if I could, for instance, hide daylight, if I could block the Sun, I would be able to see the stars in the background, and perhaps I would be able to detect which constellations the Sun are. Like February 16, the Sun is here in Aquarius. In fact, I could even bring the borders. You can do that with the Stellarium, by the way. It's right there. Oh, the Sun is somewhere between Capricornius and Aquarius. That's interesting. Okay, so let me just close this. So you can use either Stellarium and follow the instructions that I posted last week, or you can use, in fact, I suggest you to use this figure that is given in the book, but if you don't have the book, you can go to class notes and then open this figure, and then you can expand, you can do things, right? I think you can copy and expand and then see with more details, but let's go back to the assessment. There you go. So, and then the point is to figure where the sun is located the day you were born. Okay, and then you go through these answers here. The day of your birth is, you don't need to give me the year you were born. Your astrological sign, as people tell you you are, so oh, you are an Aries or you are a Pisces or whatever. And then after inspecting this figure, the figure I just showed you, what is your real astronomical sign in the sense, well, the day I was born, the sun was seen against that particular constellation, and then tell me which one it is. So I would say the majority of cases the sun will not be located in the constellation the sun was 3,000 years ago, or when the astrological sign or horoscope was invented. And then you have to answer if there is any discrepancy, why, explain differences, and talk about precession of equinox and all of that. Okay, so this is, and then to answer, you click it in here, right? And then it should allow you to give your post, and you can add figures if you want. You can do all kind of things. You click here, and then you can put links and play around. And then I will answer. In fact, I will start answering this post sometime today or tomorrow early in the morning. So this is what's going on, and I had tons of extra credit. But remember, extra credits, they close. They have finite time to close, and usually is on Friday. So extra credit, they are not mandatory, but I recommend you to do because it builds up some extra points that are added to your final score. In fact, this week I will post your current grade based on assessments that have been closed up to now. And when I post these grades, extra credit points will be added. So you know where you are and you know where you can go. So I would say do it. Do the extra credit because they are important. Exams, usually exam grades are averaging C's or B's, lower B. So if you are trying to reach a good grade in this course, make sure you work on extra credit. Okay? And that's it. That's for the day. On Thursday, I will have a chat room at noon, so make sure you just log in if you want it, if you want to talk to me about anything. Usually I don't tape because I have students asking direct questions regarding grades and things like that. Usually I don't tape, but if you wanted me to explain some of the core subjects, what you do is you can either log in there and ask the question directly, in which case I would tape because I think it might be important for the rest of the class to hear that. Or if you can't be there at noon, just send me a mail with a request and I will do that for you. I will explain and then I will tape it. Okay? And that is all she wrote for this week class. I hope you are having a good time. I hope you are getting a sense of what the course is and what the course requires. And I know we are going in our third week of class, and things might be a little bit bumpy for some of you. I know a couple of students had some problems with health problems and babies and things like that. I understand all of that. So even if your grade or if you miss something, don't worry about it. There will be more opportunities being open in the near future. So just keep doing your best. And the key is do a little bit at a time. Don't try to do everything last moment because it's not going to work. Okay? And email me if you have any question. Thank you.